to another fantastic episode. Here's number 6, and this one's on managing the lessons. Oh, most people, what my experience is from conversations with other people, and then obviously with my own life experiences, is that our lessons continue to come back if we refuse to learn them. So this one in particular, this conversation was actually stimulated from a quick little chat that I had about biblical values and the lessons in the Bible and how they're relevant and manifest even today. And what came to mind when we were talking is that the lessons are typically universal. It's not typically. The lessons are universal. They're part of the human condition. And the further we get away from valuing the outcome of a lesson, even if it's a societal outcome, because we may be so far removed from whenever that particular lesson was given or presented to us, just like the founding of our country. Why did we get to this point? The lessons learned from standing up for ourselves and what the benefits were for doing it, and then becoming, a beacon of hope and wonderful opportunities for people in the world once we've established ourselves and we came up with this great experiment that is, the Republic of the United States. We have lessons that came out of that we get to live inside of it, but understanding how we got to that point, very few of us seem to understand anymore, or really understand the depth of what was going on. So we're living in the consequences of that lesson. Now that we're starting to veer away from the consequences of that lesson, which was the benefits of that lesson, if you will. Some people they overpolarize consequences and make it a complete negative, but it's the outcome value. So the outcome of that, we get to live in this thing, this great experiment that has inspired the world to look for ways for people to have their own unique embodied freedoms. So we're living inside of that. No, not to digress any further into that subject, but when we get further away from the benefit of the lesson, the outcome, the benefit of that outcome, we start to have to go back through the hardships of the lesson, but it becomes more and more prevalent for us to get into that hardship because we've lost the value of the outcome. We don't really appreciate it, and we take it for granted, if you will. Same concepts with the Bible and why those things seem to emerge again in a way that is almost eerily similar to previous experiences that we've had as a species. So this could be, we can make it more relatable to people that fall into, abusive type relationships or poor relationships. We could fall into that one, which is, how people continuously say, I don't know why I keep ending up with this type of person, why I keep ending up with an abusive jerk or something like that. The reason that we constantly have that is we haven't facilitated the lesson. The lesson has not been completely learned, and the value of the outcome is no longer being valued as much. So there's not a constructive development out of it. It's kind of a placekeeper value that there's a lot of reasons why people keep finding those relationships, but ultimately if it's taking away from their long-term satisfaction, then it in itself is that they have not learned the lesson necessary to achieve the outcome that they're looking for, so they will continue to repeat it. The further we get away from acknowledging and respecting the outcome, the more likely it is that we're going to have that thing be retaught again and again. But interestingly enough, it seems that things get worse over time. The lesson gets more harsh. Like if a child doesn't get spanked, along the way when they're doing something wrong, or they're not properly disciplined to reduce the behavior or eliminate the behavior is preferable, then later in life, if that behavior is societally disruptive, like let's say they steal or they hurt other people or whatever, they may have actually just done a few things as a child that never really got properly disciplined, and then their behavior was rewarded because of that, and they continue to do it at such a depth that it becomes societally disruptive, and then the legal system steps in. where had their early authorities effectively disciplined them, the legal portion of our law will have to do it at this point. That's the intent. So it's a societal rearing, if you will, but unfortunately that type comes with greater upset and long-term consequences than just to get your little bottom spanked or to be disciplined properly, whichever way that method would be. So applying the less early when the awareness of the outcome is truly respected, then you're less likely to continue to relive those lessons. Now, all right, today's episode's going to be short, just due to the fact I have to stop for gas, and unfortunately I forgot that I didn't realize that at the timeline that I needed to on my way in, so we'll call it short for today, but we will continue this conversation. Now, we've got a world to say, but first we need to work on ourselves. So, all right, until next time, do it. All right, this is Chad, and this is the Maturity Project. All right, see ya.